Hi everyone and welcome to the Free Range Diva. In January of 2021, ordinary imported cosmetics into China will no longer have to be animal tested before they can be sold. This news has been making its way around the green beauty world, the cruelty-free world, and I saw a video from Mary Ellen After 60 where she mentioned it, and I thought, you know, cruelty-free can be more complex than we may think, the cruelty-free issue, and I thought maybe I could sort of clarify a lot of things around that issue and simplify some things and maybe give you some info, to keep in the back of your mind when you're looking to buy cruelty-free. So if you want to know more, just keep watching. So let me start off by saying that in the green beauty world, every company that I've come across that I know of is cruelty-free. It's part of the whole aesthetic of being green and clean. Do no harm to the environment or to animals. And so unless, if there's something that you've seen on this channel or something that I present on this channel and you know it to not be cruelty-free, please let me know because, we don't want that. Most of the info that I'm going to use in this video came from the Humane Society International. So that's just a reference point to let you know. We'll start off with, in 2014, China banned all animal testing on domestic, ordinary cosmetic products, personal care products, etc. In the US, we banned testing on animals for cosmetic and personal care products we haven't done that yet. Moving on from that, companies, more conventional beauty companies that wanted to sell in China, that wanted to import into China, even if their products were not tested on animals, they would still have to get them tested on animals in China by Chinese labs in order to be able to sell them that. Now, because the ban included products that were manufactured in China, some of your bigger, more, widespread brands would simply have their products made over there. And that way they could make to their standards. There might be some issues with certain proprietary ingredients or, the super special ingredients that companies come along with that do all these different things for us. But for the most part, that has been going on since 2014. Now I know that there have been a consortium of larger beauty brands that have been working with China to get them to relax their requirements on imports, and that has been going on for the last couple of years. I know that MAC was one of the brands that was involved in those discussions. So some of your more market leading brands have been working with China for a while. Now, if you were a smaller brand, let's say a green beauty brand, let's say a 100% pure, and you wanted to sell in China, you could sell on these sort of consumer retail marketplace websites online that would allow you to sell directly to the consumer. Therefore, you would not have to technically import your product into a bricks and mortar store in China in order to sell. Imagine something like an Etsy marketplace here. So there are a couple of these online retailers in China, and that's how a company like 100% Pure is able to sell their products. Also, Charlotte Tilbury is another company that uses that route as well. Additionally, if you are a company, for example, the EU, so you could sell your existing whatever, like MAC or whatever brand in the EU, but you could not bring any new products in unless they were also certified to be cruelty-free or no animal testing. So certain states, California, Illinois, immediately come to mind. There are more. There's a handful of states that follow the same procedure. A Revlon can sell a Revlon can sell anything in California that they could sell up until the point that that legislation passed. But any new products, any newly developed products, no. And like I said, there's a handful of states that have that similar legislation. So this puts pressure on brands, obviously, to, if you want a wider spot in the marketplace, it does pressure brands to pull back on animal testing. Another issue that crops up from time to time is, let's say that you are a green beauty company with a strong cruelty-free ethos, and you get bought out by a parent company that is not. Do we as consumers then punish that green beauty brand by not buying them anymore because their parent company is not cruelty-free? Because if they are willing to go up against their parent and say, look, yes, the buyout is going to happen, and there are really good reasons why these buyout happens. Wider access, better shelving, that shelf real estate in grocery stores and the big box stores that is so valuable. It's like extreme sports, trying to get your product up on eye level on those shelves, as opposed to like down on the bottom shelf. So access, shelving. They can ramp up their production lines and make more product. So if these green beauty companies, say to their parent, look, great, we want all these benefits, but we're not testing anything on anything other than a human. That's the only animal we're testing our stuff on. Or there are ways to test in laboratories. And China is in the process and has been. That's one of the things that consortium of beauty brands that I mentioned before were working with China, was to help them understand the technology that allows you to test products and get a good reaction, a good feedback on how that product is going to react on a human without having to test on a little bunny. You have to ask yourself if you want to punish that company for joining with that parent, or what if you buy from that company and don't buy anything else that the parent company offers? For example, a MAC. What if you buy MAC but you refuse to buy Clinique or Estee Lauder or any other brand that from the Estee Lauder Corp? It sends a message. It sends a message to companies that if you want to stay competitive, if you want my money, if you want my business, then stop testing on animals. So labeling can be an issue, mostly because you can say pretty much anything you want to on a label, with a modicum of truth-telling behind it. And so a company can say that they are cruelty-free and their products, their eye shadow may not be tested on animals, but their suppliers the companies that they are buying their raw ingredients from may test on animals, and they don't have to disclose that. So that super duper brand new cutting edge ingredient in your eyeliner that lets it go on super smooth and stay all day may be great for performance wise, but it could be coming from a company that tests, and you would have no way of knowing that. That one of the ways that you can tell is to look for certification. There's two that come to mind. Leaping Bunny, PETA will certify a product or a brand or whatever as cruelty-free. I've been doing a little more research and wanted to let you know that just because something has a bunny on the label does not mean that it has been certified cruelty-free. There are 3 organizations currently that have legitimate credentials to do that. PETA, Leaping Bunny, and something called Choose Cruelty Free, which is founded in Australia. Leaping Bunny is international, by the way, and they all have 3 distinct bunny logos. And familiarize yourself with those, because those are the only ones that mean that a product actually has been certified. And this will then tell you that, yes, indeed, this brand has been certified. It is cruelty-free. The problem is that This certification process is lengthy and it's expensive. And if you are a brand new or a small brand, you may not have the resources to get that kind of certification. So the other thing that you can do is to look for transparency in the brand, in its websites. Can you call up and find and ask? I mean, you're never going to know a brand's suppliers, but if the brand, and you can tell, do they put their money where their mouth is? Do they give back? Do they package in sustainable packaging? Do they mention things like that on their site? The quality of their ingredients, where they source them from. These are all things that will give you a clue to whether or not that product is tested on an animal. Because if a product's main ingredient is olive oil, you can probably be pretty sure that no, that olive oil wasn't tested on an animal, other than you, if you want to put some olive oil in your eye. So the status of cruelty-free and animal testing is really not as bad as it could be. I mean, companies, yes, there are companies, brands in the US that continue to test. But if those brands want to stay competitive, and there is a lot of pressure being put on them to stay competitive, then they're going to have to start changing those policies. So look for that, be aware of that, be grateful that there are brands out there that are really cruelty-free and really believe in what they in what they say that they are, and shop accordingly. So yeah, that's it. I think that's all I wanted to say on this subject. If there is more, I'll jump in and tell you. But otherwise, I want to thank you for watching today. If you found this information to be helpful or interesting, or just, wanted to know, then please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I would love it if you did that. And that way you won't miss my next video, and you will then become an official member of the cruelty-free free range diva family. So I've been talking too much. Until I see you again in that next video, I'm going to wish you a wonderful day, a wonderful week. Take good care of yourselves, and I will talk to you again very, very soon. Bye!